So today, what we are going to be doing, we're going to be learning how to make a very simple classroom craft that can be used to decorate the classroom. You can make it in a variety of sizes, and you can make a bunch of them and link them together, and I'm going to show you how. So right now I'm using construction paper, but actually butcher paper works best for this because it is thinner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my sheet of paper, and I'm going to fold it in half. Then I'm going to fold it in half again, and then in half one last time. So there should be 3 folds. I folded it 3 times. And when I open it up, it should have 8 different spaces now. All right, so what I'm going to do with this long piece of paper, since this is a whole piece of construction paper, I'm actually going to cut it into thirds. And fourths might work also, but if you cut it into fourths, you end up with some longer, they're shorter parts, and they are wider, like this. So if I cut it too short, I'm going to end up with some short, wide hearts, which is nothing wrong with this. But if you prefer to have them a little bit taller, they will look nice like this. Okay? So now I have my 3 sections. And this part here that opens up, these single pages, they are going to be on our right side. So make sure it is on your right side. This is my right. Okay? Then I'm going to draw the top of my ice cream cone. So that's just going to be an arc. My ice cream cone for my heart. There's that. So once again, this is my right. Here's my open flap. Okay? Then I'm going to cut that. I'm cutting the top off. There we go. And this is really when it is easier to use the butcher paper because it's much easier to cut than the construction paper is. Okay, now what's important is that we need to make a gap in between right here where we cut and the next part that we cut, because that way they can stay together in their chain. So I'm going to have my gap. I'm going to draw my second line. All right. So my first cut ended right here, and you can see the gap is right here. So I made mine about maybe 1 centimeter long for this. You just definitely don't want to make it too tiny, because if it's too tiny, then the chain might fall apart. So now I'm going to do a cut there. All right. And then when I unfold it, it becomes a heart chain. So you can make a bunch of these and tape them together. And I also have a modification for them that makes them cooler too. You take your heart that you already have, and you're going to cut a smaller heart out from the inside. Once again, this is easier if I'm using my butcher paper. There's my smaller heart. You end up with a bunch of these tiny hearts. They're very cute. And now when I unfold this, there we go. So there's lots of different ways that you can do this. You can make them big, you can make them small. You might have various sizes of paper. I have some that are right here. I'm going to do another one like this really quickly. So you can see what they might look like if they're smaller. So here's a smaller one. All right, and then at the end, what I can do, and you can draw this line so that your students have the ability to help you also. 5th graders and 4th graders should be able to do this on their own. 3rd graders and 2nd graders can make the cuts if you draw the lines for them. Now I have this one. So what I can do is I can actually tape them together. And now I have 2, and I can make a whole chain. All right. Happy making. Good luck.